so much for coming. I know you've got a fun couple days here and a lot going on. Wanted to take a few minutes of your time to talk to you about our newest hotel, Universal's Cabana Bay Beach Resort. We're real excited about this project. It's clearly the most colorful thing we've ever done. It's got a lot of energy and it's a lot of fun. This is a family resort, a family hotel, and we've had a great deal of fun with the design. Inspirations for the design. I don't know where everyone here is from. I think we've got a lot of local people. Some of our inspirations: A1A, classic beachside motels, hotels along A1A. Route 66, again, classic throwback hotels, late 50s, early 60s of Route 66, and then the Pacific Coast Highway. This is Anytown, USA's classic beach resort. Some of the images that you see here were inspired by some classic hotels. One of the ones we're most proud of, our lobby features this grand terrarium statement in the center of the lobby. This was a pretty easy thing to get approved by Lowe's Hotels because the inspiration for this was the Lowe's Americana Hotel that was located in South Florida. Some of the other inspirations that we see in this era that we're really proud of. The great colors and the great fun that you see out poolside. While I say this is a throwback to the late 50s and early 60s, there's some things that we've done today that wouldn't have been done back in the late 50s and early 60s. And the biggest thing is a pool. The pools in that era were nothing more than rectangles, and we didn't think that would fly with today's guests. So what we've got are two highly energized pools. The pool you see here is our North Courtyard pool. This pool, just slightly greater than 10,000 square feet, with this great dive tower element in the middle of it. Now, it's not an actual dive tower, it's inspired by the dive towers that you would have seen at this time. But again, it's a central statement for our pool area. In addition to the two large pools that I mentioned, we've got a lazy river. We're the first hotel in Orlando with a lazy river, a significant lazy river element. And we also have a large kids play area, interactive kids play area in the courtyard pools. Again, this is all about families. So this hotel, you've all been taking a look at the model we've got here. Comfortably sleeps 6 guests in our suite guest room. And then we've got the great pool amenities for the family as well. Another fun element that we've got in this hotel is, again, because of the era that we're trying to capture, is our 10-lane bowling alley. So we've had a lot of fun with the design of that. A lot of the classic images of bowling alleys, there's a number of bowling alleys now that are trying to recapture exactly what this period is. Let's see, what else can I tell you? One of the things that's very important to us in this hotel is the comfort of the guests and making sure that the guests have all the amenities they've come to know and love in hotels. We can't go full retro. So this is a slightly modern interpretation of a late 50s, early 60s hotel. One of the things that's interesting, when we started talking about this project a couple years ago, some of our inspirations didn't come from the hotel industry at all. One of them, or a number of them actually, came from the automotive industry. Cars of today are a lot like cars were several years ago. We're seeing the Charger back, the Challenger back, Dodge Dart is back. And the Mini Cooper was one of our first inspirations. We looked at it and said, look, Mini Cooper is a throwback to a day of fun spirit in the automotive industry, but it's a modern interpretation and it's timely and it's relevant. And that's what we feel this hotel is. This is a timely, relevant interpretation of a classic hotel. The colors, the comfort, it's a win at so many levels. Let's see, in addition to the suite model that you see here, and this is a photo of a room that we've actually got completed at this point in time. In addition to the suites, we've got 900 suites, we've got 900 standard or value rooms as well. The standard or the value rooms very comfortably sleep 4 guests, and there's not a lot of science in that room. That's a straightforward room. This is for the guest that wants a very, very comfortable place to stay and then wants to spend time either poolside or at the theme parks. Transportation to the theme parks, we've got bus transportation for all of our guests to the theme parks, and early park admittance for all of our guests to the theme parks as well. think other highlights. Key to this hotel as well is the bathroom area. We spent a great deal of time designing a bathroom that could have more than one guest getting ready at a time. We know that's a problem in a number of hotels, not ours, but in a number of hotels where everyone wants to get up, be the first one out, and be at a park in the morning. Our bathrooms are compartmentalized so that 3 guests can all be getting ready at the same time. And that was something very key to the design. That's one of the biggest challenges we had at the onset of this, was making sure we addressed guest comfort and made sure we got those rooms really dialed in. From a construction standpoint, we're really pleased with the progress we've got to date. We're targeting an opening in in first quarter of 2014. Reservations were on board for March 31st. We're taking reservations, and that opens our first 600 rooms. The balance of the 1,200 rooms will open in 2014, summer of 2014. I'm going to turn things over to Dave Bartek. Dave's going to talk a little bit about the operations of the hotel. Dave's with Lowe's Hotels, our partner. We've partnered with Lowe's on our first 3 hotels, and we're pleased to be partnering with them on this hotel as well. And when Dave's done, we can answer any questions that you may have.
All right, thank you, Russ. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
First of all, from Lowe's Hotels' perspective, we are incredibly excited about partnering with our Universal partners on yet another hotel. As you know, we partnered with Universal in our 3 on-site hotels, the Lowe's Portofino Bay Hotel, the Hard Rock Hotel, and Lowe's Royal Pacific Resort. Along with that, as we get into this product, it's very unique. It's going to be unlike anything that exists in the marketplace, so we're excited about that. It'll give our on-site guests flexibility. It gives us flexibility is from a pricing standpoint, where that value customer looking for value can come in, and this is a great option. If they would like some of the other benefits that we offer in our full-service hotels, of course, then they can rent a room from us on that regard. As Russ said, some of the things operationally that we have been inspired by, the era, the design theme, are from a food and beverage standpoint. We have a very exciting food court that offers American cuisine, as well as an international station, because we do feel as if this product will appeal to many of our international guests and customers. So we've also designed it because we'll have several thousand guests in-house. It's 1,800 rooms. So we want to make sure that we're able to accommodate and serve those guests to the level of expertise that we know we can provide. In addition, one of the things that Russ did a great job of explaining the guest room. One of the things that's important to us is usability in the guest room. So we've kind of programmed that in, working with Universal with our sleeper sofas. They're very comfortable. There's no rail in the bed, as you guys have experienced perhaps in the past, as well as multiple charging stations in the rooms. Ease of use, being able to find them easily is also one of our mantras. We are very, very excited about creating this experience for our on-site guests. We feel as if there is demand today in this segment, as well as we foresee great growth potential in the future as well. So we are excited about offering this to our customers. We know that it gives great flexibility to that customer, and certainly it's a great component, and it complements our existing full-service hotels in a fine fashion.
Does anybody have any questions, guys?
I have a question about getting from the resort to the parks. Is it just bus, or can you walk?
We've got a walking path to the park, as well as bus transportation over to the park.
And that's part of that bridge that they're going to build over the, where will they walk part of the main entrance, or will be a new entrance built into the city walk?
It walks into an existing city walk.
How's the target market for this hotel different than your 2 existing?
Well, target market really, I'll define it as it gives us flexibility in the overall market. So when you look at Cabana Bay and the value of it, we are looking at, for the standard rooms, our price points are beginning at about $119. And for our suite product, we're getting about $174. So that's significantly less than we currently offer in our full-service hotels. However, the amenities are still different.
Do you take steps to prevent people from trading down from those higher-end hotels into this, especially since they'll be newer?
You know, we have talked about that internally, but what we think is, we think that's simply not the case. We think that this is a new frontier for us, a new market for us in the Atlanta market.
Would you mind repeating again the date when you guys finally opened to the public?
First quarter of January 4th, or excuse me, first quarter of 2014, we opened to the guests. We're taking reservations right now. I believe March 31st is the date that we're taking hard reservations at this point in time. I'm real careful about those dates because that's everything I'm being held to on the construction side.
Thank you.
You feel like younger generations will understand the concept here?
We did a pretty extensive market research at the onset, and one of our concerns was exactly that. When we first started bouncing this around in design meetings, it was a bunch of old guys and gals sitting in the room talking about it. So we quickly went out and did research to find out if it resonated, if the theme resonated with the younger generation. And we're real pleased to see that 20-somethings, including the 30-somethings, were all over it, real excited about the concept. And it's everything old is new again. This in so many ways is fresh to people, and I mean, I'll get too personal. My mom thought it was a great idea, so it's a little bit scary when that happens. But you know, like I said, 20-year-olds, it really seems to resonate with them as well.
Now, when I think of 1950s hotels, I think of a lot of concrete, and here I see a lot of plants. What can you tell me about the landscape architecture that's going to be happening?
That's a very good point. If you looked at a lot of the research images that we pulled up, that was sort of the comment with the pool. The pools back then were rectangular pools in a sea of concrete. Very lush landscaping. We knew that as much as we wanted to, and honestly, some of our creative people thought that stuff was really cool and we should do it, but we knew that the consumer wouldn't appreciate that. So our pools are much more lavish. It is heavily landscaped, and it's a highly immersed landscape as well. So there's shade respites out in the pool areas as well.
Second question. Oh, it's a little hard to tell from the concept art. Are these exterior hallways and staircases or interior?
That's a good question. There's an image that's popping up on that screen periodically. I'm not going to ask you guys to all look and hope you capture it, but the 1,200 rooms, our second phase of 1,200 rooms that's currently under development, that's all interior quarter. The first 600 rooms are all exterior quarter. Unfortunately, we don't have the only only image that represents the exterior quarter is this image here. Unfortunately, it's kind of shaded by the trees here.
Are the first 600 suites, or are they the standard?
First 600 are suites, all suites.
What sets the Lazy River apart from other resorts that we have in the area?
From a hotel standpoint, we're not seeing many hotels with lazy rivers, particularly theme park hotels. Again, highly immersed environment, so it's lushly landscaped, and we're almost hesitant to use the word lazy in some cases because it's going to be a little quicker than a lazy river in some areas, but our creative folks have been jumping all over that. I'm sure there's going to be more information to come on exactly what that river is.
Yeah, the Nickelodeon Hotel has a bunch of hotel family suites. Disney just added something like 1,000 family suites. Do you have any concerns about how much demand there is for that particular product, and how much has come online in the last couple of years?
Kennedy, we don't have much concern at all. We know that our theme park guests have told us that they are looking for price flexibility. And we think the value that we will offer in this product will complement the full-service hotels that we have very nicely. And I think there's room for everyone.
Does this strike you as a more competitive market moving into this sort of value hotel product versus the sort of higher end you're in right now?
I don't think it's any more or less competitive in that segment. I think much like our full service hotels, the destination is a key component to our identity in the market.